Okay, so here is Mimi. She's trembling. She doesn't like the pink wig at all. You don't like it, right? She's doing good. Gringo is with Stella. Okay, so Carlos decided that he was gonna be chef for the day, and I'm a little scared because you guys know I don't let anybody cook here. So I'm giving him some instructions. Okay, so say hi to the camera because people love you. They think you're a saint. He's not, people. He's not. He's not a saint. But he's gonna make a whole chicken. Okay, what are you gonna say about it?
For the record, you just said that you don't allow me to do cooking. So whenever you complain about me not doing cooking, it's because you don't allow me to do that.
Because he makes such a mess. It's not worth it, okay? It's not worth it having a meal from Carlos because you're going to have shit on the ceiling. You're going to have shit on the windows. You're going to have shit everywhere. The floor is going to be covered in shit. Like, seriously. Like, he cannot keep his ingredients in where they're supposed to be. He just, like, explodes. It's like an explosion, like a bomb, okay? So it's not worth it. Sunday, April 26th, and today is my daughter's birthday, and it's the day that I'm going to start a new plug, because why not? So now I have today to make a cake. She is not coming home because she went camping with some friends, and she's gonna do that if she wants to go home, but I'm gonna have like a push cake just because I have to celebrate the fact that I had a baby like 20 years ago. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do a raspberry curd vanilla cake with Swiss buttermilk, and I'm gonna show you guys how I do that. The recipe, it's not mine, it's from a book that is called Icing on the Cake. If you want a very kind of like fancy ass cake book, but at the same time that is you know, not like what can I say, like professional book, a book that you can digest and understand, this is the book for you. It's so nice. It has so many recipes, not just cakes. So yeah, hold on, this is like really there you go. So I baked the cakes yesterday. It's a vanilla cake, and I had champagne and or sparkling wine, and Carlos used it for some sangria. So I don't have that, but it's gonna be okay. We can do like a regular vanilla with this raspberry curd. Anyway, so I have some yarn that is on my mailbox. I have to go pick that up, and I need to go pick up some stuffing that I bought at Joann's on Thursday, and it's ready today, Sunday, so I need to do that. I'm gonna go with my mask and all that, and I'm gonna show you what I'm making. I'm making 2 stuffed animals. I'm making a sweater, the Material Girl sweater with the Chelsea yarn in the Soleil base in lavender latte, and I am loving it. I'm going to show you that, but first I'm going to feed my starter. I started my starter yesterday, and I'm going to show you guys what I did. I follow the Perfect Loaf sourdough starter, and I mixed 100 grams of rye flour with 125 grams of warm water, and I left it to do its thing. I have not done anything, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna feed it because I started yesterday, so it's gonna be day 2. I'm gonna show you what I do and how I do it, and we're gonna follow my sourdough shenanigans, and cake shenanigans, and yarn shenanigans, and yeah. And I need to make a mask also today because I have a mask with a filter. It's an N95, or they say it's N99, whatever, filter mask that I got a long time ago. It's been my mask since pretty much everything started. It's like 300 hours of mask that I have with that filter and whatever. But last time that I went to the hospital, they didn't let me in with that mask because they want something that it filters the air in and out, not just the way in. So those masks supposedly just the ones with the filter just filter air in. So I need to make a mask because they made me wear a cloth mask, and I didn't like that. Or no, like a paper mask. I didn't like that. But yeah, let's make dinner. Sorry, let's make breakfast. Let's make curd. Let's make sourdough, and let's knit.
Child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. Your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should. Didn't seem to do you any good. I know you've tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. Tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up.
This mask is very simple. It looks like it's not, but it's very simple. I think they all are. This one has this pattern piece, and it's pretty much the outer layer. You have this kind of like indentation here for your nose. So, and then you have this bottom part that goes into your jaw. So it kind of like, it's kind of fitted, if you want to say. And then you have these parts that I cut for the lining on the inside. I use what is it called, a filter, but I don't know if I'm going to use it tomorrow, because sometimes that filter is a lot. You cannot breathe, but it's fully lined. This one has a bias binding, and I ordered some bias binding kind of attachment to make your bias binding like 2 weeks ago, and have not arrived. I don't know what's going on with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do it on the reverse, and then I'm gonna search that up just to finish it up and call it a day. So let's get started. My little mask. I made one for myself with this inside fabric, and Carlos wanted another one, so I made it with a canvas, and then I put this on upside down. So, but he's gonna use some shoelaces just to get his head around, and but that's it. It looks so cute. Okay, Carlos is mopping the floor. Thank you, Carlos. So I'm gonna make the Swiss buttercream frosting, Swiss meringue frosting. I don't have enough butter. I'm gonna get some out of the freezer because Carlos used some. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Swiss meringue is one of those frostings that take a lot of ingredients and a lot of like patience and everything, but they are amazing. So I don't have the champagne because he used it, but I'm gonna just go ahead and do my recipe, and my recipe is as follows. So you have one, so it's a ratio, okay? So you have, out of egg whites you have 1, out of sugar you have 1.5, and out of butter you have 2.5, okay? So if I'm using 1 ounce of egg whites, you will use 1.5 ounces of sugar and then 2.5 ounces of butter. And that's my recipe. So I gave you all my recipe, and you can go up to whatever. I think it's like 6 or 8 bars of butter. If you're gonna make like a big recipe, if you want to add like a flavor, you can only do like 1/4 of a cup. You cannot do more than that. You cannot do more than 1/2 of a cup. But yeah, now you know the ratio. Now you make whatever you want to do. This is not the same as American buttercream. You are forcing butter into a meringue, so it takes a long time. Sometimes take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, take a long time to get there, but it's really worth it. It's not for the faint of heart. It needs, yeah, it's really good. But let me show you. first step of the Swiss meringue ready, and I'm gonna go ahead and change my whisk attachment to this paddle attachment, and we're going to force the butter into the frosting. This is the part that people have no patience. They throw this away. They're like, this is curdle. I messed it up. No, you need patience, and you need to keep on whisking and whisking and whisking until it's like amazingness. Okay, so I'm gonna talk you guys or show you guys how I do this, and then we're gonna talk about cakes and how I cut layers and how I assemble and do my crumb coat, because that's very important as well. If people don't think it's important, it's really important. So let's get cracking. So this is done. I could go with a very low speed and give it, you know, like 1 or 2 more minutes and get rid of all those bubbles, but that is what you want. You want a spreadable frosting. It tastes amazing. If you are going to put any flavor, you will put it now, but I am going to go ahead and start assembling my cake to let it rest in the refrigerator for a couple of hours while we do errands. So I'm going to show you how I do my cake. Okay, so I have everything here. I don't have a Lady Susan to get my cakes like crumb coated really like professionally, because they are in storage and I don't want to get Carlos to get that, and it's gonna be like in the way here in this tiny apartment. But we are done with the frosting. This will be enough for a 6-inch, maybe 8-inch kind of thing, but it's ready. You can leave it outside if you want, or you can refrigerate it just if you, whenever you're gonna use it for the kind of like the last coat or final coat. You want to make sure that they don't have any bubbles. I have a lot of bubbles, so I'm gonna get my curd out of the refrigerator, but first I want to show you how I cut my cake. So this cake, it's a vanilla cake. I made it, baked it yesterday, and I left the parchment paper for a reason. I'm going to show you why, but I'm going to divide this. I'm going to make you know, 4 layers. So I'm going to take the top out, and then I'm going to divide it in half. And you know, there's like very fancy stuff that you can buy. I bought those and they don't use, just to make sure that, you know, like that you have like even layers. What I learned in cooking school and what I do is I have a bread knife and I lock my elbow. Okay, so let me get my knife. Okay, so what I do, I lock my elbow, okay, and I lock my wrist. So I want to make sure that I have the knife is like kind of 90 degrees. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the angle of the camera. Okay, so I left that parchment paper for a reason, because I want to make sure that it glides. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lock my elbow, lock my wrist, and I'm not going to move it at all. So I'm going to go into where I want, you know, that top layer dome kind of situation we have here out. So whenever I know where I'm going to go, I don't want to move this at all. So you want to make sure that you have that lock, and then with your left hand or your hand that you don't have your knife, you want to start going around. So you want to have that parchment paper, so it helps you glide it around. And right now I went around and I catch, you know, I found the first line. So I made kind of like a first, kind of like an outline. So now we're gonna go in. So I want to keep on going around and all the way until you have that top layer out. This, you can eat it or whatever. We call it trash cake here in this house, so probably Curtis is gonna go pick it up in a moment. And now I want to go and I want to divide this in two. So maybe I would go that way. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna lock my elbow with my not working hand or not knife hand. I'm going to turn it around, turn it around, turn it around, turn it around, turn it around until I go in and I have 2 layers. So you guys have seen that many times, but I want to make sure that I show you guys how I do that. I'm gonna do the other one, same thing. I wrap it, make sure, I always leave it overnight because I don't wanna have too of a soft cake whenever I am making cakes, because I had one incident once when I baked the cake same day and assemble it, and the cake crumbled on me and I had to make it, and it was a hot mess. So I make sure that I have, you can bake it in advance, you can freeze it, all that. There you go. So you have now this, oops, this is not equal, but you know what I mean. Now I have 4 layers to assemble. So let's assemble this up.